set up for the Leshrac pick.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't mind something like Shadow Shaman.
That's what like Wraith King's banned, right? Who is going to bring a stun to the table for LGD?
Yeah, so if it's a carry, then
remaining.
What do you have? The option? No, Sven is gone.
No, they're all gone.
I guess you could run the CK. AIM did used to play that. I know they don't often pick it now, but
final pick. 10 seconds left.
I like Lesh as carry. I hope they pick a support here and they run Lesh as a carry position.
Like an Earth Spirit for FY.
Radiant
a Tusk for FY.
That'd be interesting.
A Crystal Maiden for FY.
I'm glad I wasn't wrong there. I talked about this for a while. It would have just shut me up there.
Sniper.
Ooh.
Choose your hero.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sniper. So that's the lane matchup they want against the Deucer, right? The hard counter. Sniper against Deucer. High ground defense against high ground defense. Ace should be having that matchup. And we do have a hero in that Crystal Maiden that has a setup stun to help out Arme on that Leshrac. And likely it looks like X-Nova will be playing with Chalice's Bristle for the most part early on. Playing that offlane together.
I like the choice of the Sniper for NIP, to be honest. I think you are now with the Sniper able to force LGD into also some bad lane matchups, which allows a more fair musical lanes game, right? Which is usually what you want to, what's going to happen here, because Ember has no lane to lane in. But LGD, I think, still has a very strong early game. And this is the kind of draft I like seeing Crystal Maiden in. Crystal Maiden can have a lot of impact early. You have good combination with the Chen, which also supports you with his creeps. Good amount of mana, which is ridiculous on Bristleback, Leshrac, and Deuce. So all these heroes benefit from Brilliance Aura. It's Arcane Aura, I think. Sorry, I'm still thinking Warcraft 3 terms. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a really good lineup by LGD.
Yeah, and the mana loss reduction with that Medusa from the Crystal Maiden talent is pretty handy too. NIP with the overwhelming wombo combo, they've got gap close, lots of disables, plenty of ways to get in and out of team fights. It's really a matter of breaking through that front line of Deucer, Bristleback, who are going to be so incredibly tanky. There we go.
I like these both drafts. I'm excited to see this. I think the LGD draft is quite solid, but at the same time, if the early game does not go as well as I'm expecting it to, especially with the Sniper pick being someone that can really turn these tides around, then NIP can play this pretty strongly coming to mid-game. They have a very strong mid-game combination, very good team fight. What I love about Ace as well is that the Sniper nowadays gets picked usually when you go triple Wraith Band, even 4 Wraith Bands builds we've seen, and you just kind of dominate with your new take aim. You know, max that take aim, gets like 2 points in headshot and like 1 or 2 points in shrapnel, and just start hitting as soon as possible. He's much more rotational, not a static farmer, and he's able to really debalance the early game.
All these heroes making noises at me, giggling and laughing like madmen and mad women.
What do you think it's at you? You self-centered.
It's all about me, baby. Say that word.
It's all about you.
Yeah.
That's why you're the caster for this game. Every hero talks to you, Garrett.
So both teams setting up for this kind of Observer Ward Scout or Counter Scout, as X-Nova going to get stunned up. Immediate Burrow Strike from Saxa. Ace with the body blocks here as maybe trying to body block the body blockers. X-Nova still going to fall though. Nice pick off. As Ace and Saxa prepare themselves for the move that X-Nova made in the previous game. Trying to scout the Observer Ward. Not going to work. It may give away the fact that there is a ward there still. You know, 2 heroes lurking, looking for the counterplay. Bit of a signal of intent. Bounty runes top, easy for NIP. 1 does get stolen out bottom, and Fata uses that tree very beautifully just to pirouette away from Arme's Split Earth.
Well, this is a good start of the game for NIP. Giving that kill as well to the Sniper, which already has a pretty good matchup against the Deucer. You already start with the first blood extra gold for Ace. It's a very good start. That's an early Wraith Band for him. Top lane, by the way, Chalice in trouble. This is what I was talking about. The Darkseer plus Sanking is pretty strong at stopping the Bristleback's domination early. He even went for the triple Mango build. Has the help of the Chen to heal up a bit, but it's just not good enough against the Darkseer Sanking. Especially once you get the level 2 Iron Shield.
Yeah, they are just immediately clearing through these waves. First wave dead. They took Chalice down to 1/3 of his HP. Chalice will chase. Towards 3-3 now with the Quill Spray stacking. Popping Mango's on his way through as well. They need Saxa here just to Burrow Strike, delay that aggressive maneuver forward. get 3-3 away and reset the stacks of Quill Spray. Chen's going to be the one that gets the experience, the last hits. 2 CS under the tower. Beautiful, beautiful Dota from Xnova. As that Bristleback still wandering on by. Mid lane, we've got that Dusa versus Sniper. Sniper favored, especially once you get into, like you were saying, kind of level 3, level 4, level 5. Once you have additional points in the headshot and take aim, it becomes much, much more difficult for the Dusa to lane. And then down bottom, PPD and Fata. Warlock and Ember against a Lesh and a Maiden. Not an easy lane, we'll put it that way. If Arme can land the Split Earth, that is. It seems Fata's pretty quick and nimble on his feet so far.
We're seeing a bottom lane, searing chains on Arme, but PPD unfortunately not the best combination to get the kill here right now. The Warlock can only heal up Fata. And I think once they get a couple levels on the Crystal Maiden and Lightstrike, they might be able to actually threaten Fata's death, especially because he's not planning on going on levels of Flame Guard anytime soon. Probably go for the typical Sleight of Fist build most Embers decide to go for now. Oh, that Split Earth completely missed. They were hoping for a potential pick off there if they got lucky. And just look at the mid lane matchup. I gotta commend this Dusa. Doing surprisingly well for now. No, 8 last hits, 7 denies especially against a Sniper. That projectile speed of the Sniper is much superior to your Dusa. Now finally with the 2 points in Shrapnel, you can put some harassment. And it makes it much more difficult for Dusa to stay in lane. This is the matchup you're expecting. Sniper Dusa. Dusa not even in lane.
Yeah, when the first like 3-4 waves, when Dusa is allowed to hit creeps, it's pretty good for the Dusa. But then you get into this point where Ace is just going to be punching into that Medusa over and over again. He's not trading too effectively right now. Maybe he's doing an exceptional job. Unlike me, Xnova has killed off 3-3. Was he going for a deny on himself? It looks like he was pretty deep there by the tier 2 top.
I'm not entirely sure. I honestly don't know. I think he was trying to creep skip. I was actually just watching the Medusa Sniper, so I can't say.
Jump onto Arme bottom, half HP straight off the bat. No follow through though from PPD or Fata as they turn with a Split Earth. Bit of trade in terms of damage output. No commitment from these Dota players though.
Yeah, they just don't have the chance to though. Like even if you get a good searing chains, even if it's on Crystal Maiden, which is the weakest of the two, it's just not good enough. You don't have the damage, or the Warlock only brings a Shadow Ward to the table. Even with a Fatal Bonds and Sleight of Fist, which is a really nice combination, you lack that second point in stun. It sucks to just die because of the Sandstorm, that's ridiculous. They just...
Oh no, I watched this one. Saxa was being chased by Xnova. Just wanted to kill himself off so he can return to lane, full HP, full mana again.
Right. That was... Okay, so we're seeing a bit of just that in the top lane. Potentially just to ensure that the lane goes either team's ways, both playing quite aggressive with the supports. The smoke, though, by the Chen. Typical thing we see with the Chen once you reach that level 3. Get those 2 creeps, and you want to even out the lane for the Dusa. This is quite important, actually. Oh, there they go. They have the Purge first, and now the Stomp. They can get Ace. Nice Frostbite from FY. But this Ace has nowhere to go. No escape mechanism on the Sniper. Even with help of Saxa, he just surrenders himself to death.
They do find Arme down bottom, though. Fatal Bonds looks like they caught him with the Sleight in the Chains. Crystal Maiden's rotation towards mid does get FY involved in the sniper kill, but leaves the Leshrac pretty open and exposed. And speaking of, FY out in the cold, left all alone, as Saxa will secure bounty runes for his Fata Ember, who grabs a bottle, so that's the double refill there. Yeah, double refill on the bottle. Beautiful for the Ember Spirit.
Never refuse gold given.
LGD struggling to really consolidate any kind of victories in these lanes. They're moving around, they're looking for openings. Chalice, you know, doing pretty well top in that matchup against Darkseer, but it's the mid and the bottom lane where they have to really make these drastic movements just to get involved. And Saxa rotates in, stops that Chen from maneuvering too closely in onto that Ace Sniper.
In the bottom lane, they evaded Split Earth. Fata, good job there with the Sleight of Fist, ensuring that they can't get the potential kill on him. Ame even wastes, or uses, I guess, the Diabolic Edict for nothing, just for the flashy effects. You have a rotation here from the Chen. Xno has been much more impactful this game, I think, than last time. That Chen actually doing plays. And you have a chance now to actually stop this Ember for now. Sleight of Fist on cooldown, but they just need the ability to get a Split Earth off. A Frostbite would be ideal to start this initiation. A nice ward there actually by PPD. Sees this intent, and they're not going to get the kill they were looking for. A lot of wasted time here on the Chen.
Saxa might be able to loop in around the back. I'll look for a play onto FY. PPD is also wandering forward. Fata looks for the slight chains connecting with a two-man Burrow and Fatal Bonds. This Sandstorm hammering away at FY and Xnova, but a good stomp will stop NIP in their tracks. No additional damage to spill across to the two LGD supports. That will be that for now.
Yeah, so it seems like LGD for now taking a good advantage of this Chen. Not getting too destroyed in the mid lane either, the Dusa. Honestly, Ace I thought was going to have a much better matchup with those constant rotations. And even the fear the supports are putting up on the Sniper's head is making it much more difficult for Ace to completely dominate the Dusa. Sniper is very gankable hero.
Oh, Bristleback clearing out jungle. Looks like he's kind of back farming. Taking out the waves on their way to the tower as 3-3 is also cutting the wave. But we'll look towards mid as the smoke arrives. In onto the Sniper, and nobody is here in time. No TPs, no save for Ace in that mid lane. Xnova at FY yet again. These are the moves they need to make. Oh, top, hello, around the shrine. Arme has maybe found 3-3 here. Got the Split Earth and the Edict damage towards him. Surge away, and Darkseer looking to escape. Has he dodged away through the trees? He's not able to find a line of fog to hide behind, so that tower will take him down.
That's actually the best case scenario, right? Because you divide the gold between them as opposed to giving it to a single hero. Unfortunate. Or, I guess, unfortunate for LGD, but they still got the kill on Darkseer, which is fine. You know, out of the laning stage, you have a pretty nice laning stage from LGD. This is exactly what they were hoping for, even despite the sniper kick. Like, sorry. With Ember still doing fine, honestly, because he got the lane that he desired. But Bristleback topping those charts. As Medusa not getting cancelled by Sniper, even having a bit more net worth than him because of those kills. And yeah, you don't have the best and most farmed Leshrac, but as long as he has levels, you're fine here. So LGD quite happy with how the first early game went. Now starting to move a bit more, hoping to get those kills with the early potential they represent. The top lane, there's a little bit of a bait by FY, but they don't actually trigger the Split Earth. Okay, considering, hoping for Saxa to just go in. FY might die here, but the Pulse Nova is almost destroying Saxa. They even dust him up. And despite the healing of the Shadow Ward, Saxa will die. And FY will live. With only 319 movement speed, he makes it out alive. This grandmother is one tough grandma.
Somehow escapes. NIP brought numbers top as well. PPD with Fata, both looking for some kind of play, and they will make a move onto Arme. Fatal Bonds there, destroying the Lesh with that Ion Shell going. Quick retribution from the ninjas. They look for that tier 1 now as Xnova's Chen being jumped upon by Fata. Clears up one of the creeps at least, but he's been trapped. Stomp doesn't land on the Ember, but they will catch the Darkseer. Surging back away from danger. FY's Frostbite. Too distant to catch the Darkseer on its way through. And NIP disengaged just like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so in that case, seems like LGD is going to go for another kill here on Saxa in the bottom lane, constantly putting up the pressure. They have the Pulse Nova. Debalcony will just take the tower while AIM is stunned, and he's still hoping for that kill on Saxa. Saxa, Tranquil Boots very soon. Is he thinking of the deny? They need to cancel his Tranquils before Saxa starts gaining the speed again. They managed to do so with one single auto attack. There's 11 more seconds now. The Sentry, you can't actually sandstorm there. He does manage to steal the rune though before he dies. But that chase at least guaranteed AIM, or Ame a kill, sorry. And LGD continuing their onslaught. From this early game, this is what you pick the Dusa for. This is what you pick the Bristleback for. The tempo controlling snowballing.
Got the rune. Worth it. Most certainly.
I mean, it was kind of, actually.
Yeah, he extended his life much longer than expected. And also the fact that you have this Dusa Bristle, the only real target on the map for NIP is the Arme Leshrac. So if you're able to defend your Lesh, you're able to really have two heroes out on the map playing the lanes. Chalice can stick top for as long as he wants, not really too much threatening him in this early game. Deuce is a similar story. They make a play onto FY. Crystal Maiden dies in behind her tier 1 mid. I don't know if they were looking for the Deucer or what, but they find the Crystal Maiden. A quick little snap kill will line the pockets of Ace's Sniper. who is still doing reasonably well net worth-wise, even with a couple of deaths to his name. Only about 800 behind the Medusa at this point as they TP bottom and look for that kill on Arme. Leshrac is a reasonably easy kill to take. Two-man chains will start it off. Shrapnel there from the sniper as Ace gives chase, but Xnova has been left here pretty much to die by the rest of his team. Are they going to continue? The Chalice Bristle is brought into battle, and he is the bodyguard. They don't want to break that line anymore. Leave Xnova alone.
Yeah. Xnova is going to make it out of there. And the Chen having the impact he's looking for already with the Arcane Boots, slowly switching to those utility items. As Medusa now switches on to more of a... hoping to get the first item. Yash already ready. The farming roll starting to happen. The top lane, by the way, Darkseer being harassed. 3-3. Is he going to TP in time? There's no way the Crystal Maiden can make it. The Crystal Nova even misses and gives the vision. So, unfortunately, the Darkseer will make it out. But you're still forcing a constant closing of the map for NIP. Like, they don't really have many places to farm. They have to be really careful. LGD are spreading around, taking much more advantage of this. And they're efficiently farming with both the Leshrac and the Medusa. What you're looking for.
I'm wondering if... yeah, I think I agree. I'm just wondering if NIP defend the top tier 1. They most certainly need to defend mid tier 1, as FY, it appeared, went for a play on Fata. Did a lot of damage to him as well. Because that top tier 1, it opens up the triangle, which, you know, your Darkseer needs to farm, your Ember needs to farm, because your Sniper right now is taking 3 or 4 camps from your eastern jungle, is now looking to farm down bottom lane, clearing out some Chen creeps on his way through. But if the Sniper's out this far, you need at least 1, if not 2 heroes bodyguarding him. In this case, it is Saxa right now. PPD's bodyguarding Fata. The buddy system is in play here for NIP. But it's LGD getting the effectiveness and the efficiency out of the rest of the map. Dusa is farming through jungle camp, stacks, and stacks of cash coming her way. Saxa will find the Maiden mid. Quick little burrow into Epicenter there. As FY, all he can do is Frostbite, try and survive through the onslaught, burnt through by the Fata Ember. As Arme does grab a kill down bottom at the same time. The Troll Trap into Split Earth, it appears, takes down Ace. This is the thing. If Ace is down there, you need 1 or 2 heroes bodyguarding him. As soon as one of those bodyguard heroes leaves, Ace is open and susceptible to getting ganked, just like that. Burrow in with a wall drop. Rock on top as well. They want to try and take down this maybe Medusa. No Stone Gaze, no mana, no life, and no hope. Medusa does finally fall.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Okay, in the bottom lane, they're trying to take a tier 2 in the meantime, but Arme doesn't have the damage for it, and now Fata, face against Chalice, like, wait, there's a respect here? They have no way of actually killing him here. They just have to stave him away while they take the tier 1. And Arme still in his attempt to take the tier 2, but Saxa now guarding this tower. They know. He has Pulse Nova, though. As long as he had some vision, he could just stop and kill this tanking. Now they force the Sandstorm away. Pulse Nova is still pretty powerful. They miss a Split Earth, unfortunately, but Sanking still taking a ridiculous amount of damage from the Double Alch Edict and that Pulse Nova. And Arme will, again, not have the Double Alch Edict ready just in time to take that tower. So, instead, they're losing a bit of time. But Chalice at least puts some pressure and takes a tier 1 mid. Now finally moving down bottom. They shove the lanes, and this is the kind of rotation you'd want to do to secure this tower. Taking advantage of Chen's pushing power as well. Finally, the backdoor protection will be broken.
3 red heroes at the top of that net worth board. 7.8k on your Bristle with a full pipe done. Vanguard pretty much completed as well to move into the Crimson. Chalice, he's going to have these massive teamfight utility items and sustain for his Medusa and for his Lesh. Speaking of Lesh, like you mentioned, the Yules into Blink. Pretty squishy glass cannon build for Arme there, so definitely reliant on the Chen and the Bristle to keep him in fighting shape. Slow and steady ahead for LGD. They don't need to make any rushed maneuvers. They know, or they feel, they're pretty strong moving forward. A Split Earth attempt onto that Fata Ember down bottom. Very nearly connected. Maybe could have been enough with the Frostbite, but it's only level 1 Frostbite. So in the end, it will just be forcing Fata out of lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A tool to teach.
I'm gonna go for him, though, with a Sandstorm. He does have the Epicenter ready. He wants to turn this around now. The Bristle back, though. Back turns to them, being sassy, unkillable, but in comes the Ember. In the right positioning, gets Chalice, and he can still kill him. Chalice still quite tanky, turns it back again for now survives. No, Sleight of Fist ensures he does. Nice stomp there, giving them a chance to retreat, but X-Nova will not have that chance. Instead, sacrificing himself here. The Doomster is next to be caught, searing chains. Easy kill for them as well. LGD only lets FY survive, with Ame also pushing out the top lane and not engaging in this team fight. But still, NIP gets a lot out of that without much commitment.
And this is what happens when your sniper is able to stand his ground. Launch projectiles at his opponents with a freshly purchased Maelstrom. Top lane, they catch the Lash. Quickly in and quickly down he goes. Ame broken by Saxa and Fata. So quick. NIP off the mark, finding these very, very important kills. And you start to wonder, LGD, what is your plan now for the sniper? He's got a couple of items. What's your gap close? What is your way to get in on top of the sniper? Is it Bristleback? Because he doesn't have maneuverability. He just has to walk on in.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. Are you going to run a blink on the Bristleback, perhaps? Or maybe in the Leshrac? Yeah, you have the Leshrac blink. Okay. That's the answer. That's how they're planning to get to the sniper. Pulse Nova him to death, then BKB. So, similar to the Midas BKB pickup we were talking about, just the early BKB, right? And then with a Blink Dagger, you have a chance not to just burst the sniper down. Let the Deuce be your potential counter initiation with the Stone Gaze. Okay.
Now NIP have the Greaves. 3-3 has sustain for the sniper. He's got that potential to save him. Spirit Vessel, I believe, is done on this Sand King as well. Yeah. So Dragon Lance for Ace, Spirit Vessel for Saxa coming out on the courier now. LGD feeling a little bit weak after that team fight defeat. Just focusing on pushing out the safe lanes, the kind of soft area of the map for them. Bottom, mid, they've got it all open, decently warded, covering a lot of this portion of the map with their observers and vision, allowing NIP to take control of the north part. And around Roshan. Yeah. Doesn't have to be in the back of their heads, though, that Roshan needs to be contested.
The fact that the team who doesn't have Bristleback, goes around the Roshan ensures that the team who has Bristleback, which is definitely looking at the Roshan, does not. Or is not able to take it easily or sneakily. Obviously, NIP doesn't have that chance, but keeping this area warded means that there's no sneak attempt at the Roshan. That's why they're keeping so much control over it. They're even, if you notice now, LGD's even sending a couple creeps there because they're thinking about the Roshan as well. They know. They know at this point it's a very valuable target because with the H's they can take the last remaining tier 2s or perhaps even a tier 3.
They also know how important the Darkseer and the Ember Spirit feel about their Surge and their Flame Guard. They have 2 Purge creeps. Oh, mid lane they jump the Deucer. Wall down onto Arme's head. Fanta skirting the edge of the fight here as the rest of LGD look to arrive. Defend the Deucer now, pops the wand back up to full HP and mana, but immediately blown up again. The Hand of God buys some time for the Remnants into the midst of it all. Take down the Deucer at long last. And a burrow out for Saxa might just get him enough distance away from Chalice to survive. Chase is on now though as FY wants to grab any additional kills, but Fanta's here again with the chains. Slow their retreat. Freezing Field immediately cancelled out and the Chen will fall. 2-for-1 exchange. Sniper the one to drop from NIP and Chalice unable to stick on the target. Maybe with Arme coming in from the right hand side they'll connect. You'll Split Earth combo, take out that Darkseer. And a more balanced fight does brew as LGD get at least a rebuttal.
Middle tower is under attack.
And here there was, I guess the slight mistake there by LGD was was the Medusa positioning, right? They were confident in it. Very well played there by Fata. He can't get the Stone Gaze off in time. The Golem Morlock also interrupts it. As you noticed, it was Magic Wand trying to get the Stone Gaze off, and nope, Golem immediately interrupting the potential Stone Gaze, which was unfortunate, right? That late Stone Gaze made it so that initiation, or rather counter initiation, didn't work as expected. But further on, it was Fata playing that to perfection, knowing that once the Stone Gaze came out, he went off, came back in with a Remnant, got the chance to hit the Dusa almost in the entire time. Well played by him, made so that LGD's lack of mobility showed.
And like the fight is here, and Fata's just sort of, dancing around this area, doing a little spin, doing a pirouette over here, jumping in with a slight and chains whenever he could, but never being in harm's reach, nowhere near the Bristle, nowhere near any of the other LGD heroes. They did kind of dogpile on the sniper though, to be fair. Ace got jumped on pretty hard. Ace with a Surge on him. Sprints forwards, waddles back. Sends Chalice packing. Doesn't want to stick around in that lane.
Yeah, Chalice gonna start to do this now. He's gonna start to just shove the lanes as much as possible and walk off, knowing that he is the tankiest of them all. He's going for the Ags though, so much more of a utility build. Definitely not as much as we're expecting. Not as much of a carry Bristleback as we've seen other heroes, like for example 3-3 builds around him. In a similar vein though, I will hope that Fata does a similar thing later with an Ags potential, ensuring that he can actually shove the lanes almost as efficiently as a Bristleback as well.
Nice and brought up the top. NIP is smoked here and looking for them. Oh, it's real tight. X-Nova, FY, Arme, the three squishier heroes, are out in the open. Bristleback and Dusa, pretty distant. We'll have to look to rejoin them as LGD move across to the east. But PPD 3-3 Saxa still in this dire jungle area looking for the initiation. Obs Ward down. Sentry there as well. Vision is awkward now as X-Nova jumped on immediately. Remnant forward will secure the kill, and another one. Fata wants to get bonus kills. FY with the freezing field, back to cancel it out. The Lotus Orb there does reflect the assassinate, but Chalice can't really latch on to anything worthy of his time, so he'll just go to hit some creeps in the mid lane. NIP strike once again incredibly quickly. These swift movements and smokes, decisive and very important for them.
Once again, we're getting to that point where Chen can't really do much. He's just cannon fodder for NIP. He needs those utility items. Last time he got a pretty okay timing on the mech. Oh, wait, bottom lane, they're trying to kill the Ember. Is that possible? The Split Earth is damaged? No, they acknowledge that. Ame, a bit too hopeful. Perhaps Ame actually dies because of this. Fata chasing after him. Out of remnants, though. Gets the steering chains. Wow, now Ame is stuck with the wall even committed. Now the vacuum pulling him back. Ame gets healed by the hand of God. Quite fast Disco Go, but not fast enough as Fata just runs him down with that surge. Getting a really important kill here. Beyond godlike for this crazy Ember Spirit.
This is NIP really realizing that in the previous games, LGD have loved playing this style where they have a couple of heroes pushing out the side lanes, the Lesh, the Bristleback, and then Dusa sitting kind of back in the pocket, hidden away by the rest of the teammates. And they have the Chen to drag them from one side of the map to the other side of the map, create pressure, alleviate pressure wherever they need to do so. But Ame, it's got to be said, just a little bit overextended there in that bottom lane. Nothing really he needed to be doing, no key objectives he needs to be taking. Just trying to force NIP back, buy time for this Medusa, which really has become the name of the game for LGD. Buy time for Dusa. Everybody, that is your primary objective. Give maybe a much better game, get him to that BKB, win a couple of team fights around this Roche pit, and force NIP to rethink their strat, because NIP are the brute force team this game. They have the wombo combo, they have the superior team fight. LGD is much more delicate in the way they want to play with their frontliners and their reinitiation. Crystal Maiden down bottom, getting spotted out on her way through the lane. And NIP 5-man group up bottom for a couple of quick and easy objectives in the tier 1 and tier 2.
What you're saying with the Deuce is true. You're past the point where Deuce's Mystic Snake is so powerful that it alone wins you the team fights, right? Which is mainly Medusa's role in the first like 10 to 15 minutes. Now Medusa needs to find that farm. I was talking about this in the draft, right? Minute 20 to 30. Oh, what is this? EPICENTER? And that's going to be X-Nova. Epicenter, sorry. X-Nova dying there. As aim, at least he wards something, but he lost the Chen. You're coming to a point, though, for LGD where you just need to chill, honestly. You need to find the farm for the Medusa because a lot of your heroes are losing their effectiveness as well. You're looking for that BKB and even the Ags on Bristle to have more teamfight potential. Leshrek still needs that big item, either Bloodstone or probably a Bloodstone, to actually be able to spam that Pulse Nova reliably. These kills are much more difficult, especially with the Ember roaming around. They frostbite him by using the BKB. Ame is forced to use his own BKB. Here's a count from Chalice. Ame gets some space to run away, but Chalice can't actually run into that Golem, smacking him forward. As the second considering of reinitiating, perhaps the Surge. Okay, Sniper with a Shrapnel gives some vision. They find FY. FY is gone. Now the Vacuum Walla replica with the Berserk from Saxa. They could definitely get the kill here if they're looking for it. X-Nova next to die, gets the Searing Chains onto him, but they were looking for the one on Dusa as well. Unfortunately, you don't choose the Sleight of Fist, and Chalice in a bad position, forced to use the BKB. Instead, they find Ame, who is forced to use the Lotus Orb from Chalice. These guys just constantly being caught out, oddly, just farming the creeps, ensuring they can shove out the wave, but the mobility from the Ember is just too much to deal with right now. Fata is dominating. They find Ame yet again with a Burrow Strike, but there won't be an Ember this time near him.
Yeah, Fata's reach here, just being able to dive in wherever needs be. Helped out significantly by the Blink Sand King with a Burrow Strike into Vacuum. They've got these combos, and that's the thing. If LGD aren't set up in a position to counter-initiate, re-engage with this Medusa Stone Gaze to kind of turn the tide of the fight, they don't have the vision, they don't have the play to make. They're trying to TP and play around their shrine, but 3-3, Saxa, they were already prepared. They were on this high ground, they were waiting, they knew exactly where they wanted to strike, and they picked them off one by one. Chen dies, Rubik dies, and then all of a sudden you're left with a Bristleback and a Medusa really just turning tail to run and hide using BKBs defensively. Medusa fortunately didn't have to use hers, still on that 10-second duration. But LGD need to make something happen drastically. They need pickoffs, they need Roshan, they need to win a team fight, because they are being whittled down little by little. NIP are edging out advantages. So with PPD and Saxa being caught, they will be able to bring the Warlock down simply. Not quite so easy to take out the Sand King as he Burrow Strikes the high ground, but it's Roshan time. This is what LGD desperately required to do in this game. Unfortunately, a quick buyback from Peter, and it pretty much cuts that one short.
Okay, there's another attempt where LGD, again, they lack that catch, they lack that gap closing, right? To get initiations either on Sniper or really any hero. They just don't have the catch right now. The Chen being absolutely useless. The creeps cannot get close to the enemy team. With Leshrac perhaps trying with the Yule Center Blink Dagger, but if he goes in alone, he just dies, and we've seen multiple times. The damage from Fata is quite powerful here. Chalice this time will show himself, perhaps as bait. This would be a nice way to initiate. NIP themselves have a lot of ways to stop that potential bait, and they're not really afraid of LGD counter-initiating here with the Stone Gaze. They've shown it before, and they will show it yet again. NIP closing in the map for LGD so they can farm less and less as time goes on, and with a sniper from Ace that is leading the net worth now.
Oops. I called FY Rubik, and he's playing Crystal Maiden this game.
It's okay. FY is always Rubik.
FY is
playing
in our
Rubik
hearts.
in another game.
In our hearts, he's always Rubik. Smoke from LGD. Standoff around the Roche pit yet again. This is still the first Roshan of the game, closing in on 30 minutes, and a long wraparound. LGD coming in through the back. Oh, they've left it unlocked. PPD, no, the kitchen door's open. 3-3's gonna get caught here. The surge back away. 3-3 has dodged danger. Ace might not be so lucky. He doesn't have a Force Staff or a Pike. He's Yuled up in the air. BKB ready, finger on the trigger, and away we go. Ace is safe. 3-3 still in the midst of it all, but Ace is being right-clicked down. A freezing field from the high ground. FY dragged back by the Vacuum as X-Nova taken down by the Sniper. And Chalice, left without a target, has to turn around and fight Fata. A quick turn on the Crystal Maiden will bring FY to his knees as Ame is here with his BKB, but they can't catch anybody. They don't have the reach, they don't have the catch. NIP disengage, and there's nothing LGD can do to stop them.
They can't get the Sniper. They can't catch the Ember. What are your choices here, LGD? I think you need to start building up items that allow you to just take this team fights easier. Perhaps a Hex on Chalice would not be a crazy idea, or even on Ame after he finishes that Bloodstone to be a bit more tanky. Or even a Blink Dagger on Chalice, honestly, just so you can get close to the Sniper, because until now, Sniper could even go for the knockback distance headshot, which is not a common talent, just to ensure that LGD is kept at bay. I'm gonna take an easy Roshan now. What is LGD planning on doing? Nothing. They can't really contest this. There they go. Shun goes down. Sniper. And LGD continues to farm. At least they can this time to improve their Deuce's farm.
Silver lining to everything, yeah? More time to farm. There you go, Dusa.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll get to use her BKB in the next fight. But there we have Hurricane Pike pretty much done for Ace. So maneuverability on the cards for him. Even more compounding the problem that LGD have. You're looking towards this Leshrac really just needing to continue his blinking BKB and catching onto the Sniper, but he doesn't have the damage type to really deal with him. And now we have an Ember Spirit Radiance to really really shove it up the nose of LGD.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now, even if you get close to them, you miss your attacks. So
Exactly.
what's the point? Just give up, you know? No, LGD needs to find some sort of item that allows them to do everything. Have catch,
Dire's
the
top
mobility.
tower is under
They just need
attack.
this game to go long. Defend the high ground and hope NIP misplays. But misplaying yourself, maybe not the best of choices. Chalice caught out here. Nice, awkward Hurricane Pike there. And luckily, Chalice has enough sustainability to just survive this assault. I think they're actually just trying to bait with Chalice, hoping that they'll actually overextend here, but NIP's too smart. They're very disciplined. They have PPD. This is not the strategy to go for against this kind of teams.
X-Nova relegated to the split push role, sending out his creeps. Keep this wave in. At least that way you'll force back one of the NIP heroes from time to time. We are most certainly looking at NIP ready to fight, though, with Aegis, BKB, Pike on Ace,
Dire's middle
Saxa
tower
having
is
Blink,
under
Force,
attack.
level 2 Epicenter, level 2 Chaotic Offering on PPD. Even 3-3 here with a Solar Crest. Helps out
Dire's
pretty
middle
tremendously in
tower
these
is
team
under
fights
attack.
against that Medusa. And they've got the trifecta here. It's another triangle, these Swordfish. It's a triangle
Oh,
of
no.
power. They're going to
back to this.
defend Ace's sniper. They
That's
are
a
ready.
circle, Gareth. What are you doing? You're
Dire's
ruining
A
your
circle
name.
is just a bunch of triangles, dude. Don't you worry. See, you just make some more triangles, and you got a triangle here and a triangle there.
Flames will spread thrice.
Oh,
Everything
he's
in the
lost
world
his
is made
mind,
up of
guys.
triangles,
He's
man.
been casting for too long. He's
What?
saying nonsense now.
You've got so many triangles, dude. Just triangles all over the map.
Actually, according to Euclidean mathematics, a circle is a bunch of triangles.
Yeah, I know.
Fun. Oh, of course you do that.
course I do.
Gareth, just a mathematician at heart.
Well, that's what I said. A circle is just a bunch of triangles put together. Like, come on. Catch on the bottom lane. FY Crystal Maiden. Getting picked off here by Saxa, or maybe it's the other way around. Saxa's going to Epicenter on top of the freezing field and prove that Kings will come out on top. Crystal Maiden sent all the way home. Mid lane,
Okay.
they're jumping. Medusa. Okay. Fata toying with Somnus there. Running low on the mana pool, though. Fata got hit by that Mystic Snake.
And by the way, when we saw the tier 2 push, and in general, the tier 3 push we're going to see now, we're seeing the issue with defending the high ground. And look, we did see knockback headshot distance for the sniper. It's just that NIP can just push the high ground with sniper and not be too concerned about whatever LGD is doing. Right now, though, Ami's going for a crazy play, gets the Warlock, walks off. Is he actually going to make it out alive? This cheeky play by Leshrac cannot be stopped. Yeah, hit him as much as you want, sniper. You're not going to kill him. You even taunted the golem. They were considering using the golem there just to save his life. Thank God PPD didn't. Just his death is a bit better.
That is some ballsy stuff from Ame, though. He is absolutely donkey's years away from the rest of his team. Somehow comes out with that. A kill to the good, a BKB charge down, but his life intact. Chalice down bottom, helping out the Chen creeps. The double Satyr and the Centaur. Just shove out that wave from time to time. I'm struggling still to see how LGD win a team fight, though. NIP always seems so prepared.
You have to get infinite farm on Dusa. Leshrac has to get a kill on Sniper by jumping him like he did there. So ideally, find an open field where you have some maneuverability. This smoke, though, by NIP, maybe from low to high gun, depends on who they catch out. Chalice would be the worst target to go on here. It's actually smoke for the rune. Chalice is waiting for that rune. He has the items ready. They're going to fight here, apparently. LGD, maybe not the best position. Those are not close by. They're just leaving Chalice alone. Chalice wants to fight. Okay, now the rest of LGD is finally joining the fray, but the upheaval is keeping them at bay. And the sniper just pushes the Chen away, killing him off entirely. LGD lose one of their supports and perhaps more. As there goes the burst. Like Lotus Orb actually works against Chalice here. Gonna try to kill him off now. But Moose is ready. Stone Gaze, not used just yet. Golem stopping potential Stone Gaze utilization as Chalice almost killed off by the sniper. And she gets a Stone Gaze off, but it does absolutely nothing to even Searing Chains her. Fata does not care about your ultimate. Dusa finally gets stunned out with that ult. But you still force the BKB TP. LGD lost 2 heroes there, mainly an offlaner. And perhaps a third, because Crystal Maiden is just playing in the trees here. I don't think they're going to find her, though, right?
Bristleback is dead for a minute with no buyback. This
Yeah.
could be huge. If NIP can get both of these lanes pushed in, they have a golem for PPD down bottom, showing us its idle animation. Beautifully done. The micro is disgustingly powerful. But if NIP can breach high ground here, it could potentially be a tier 3. Oh, the golem isn't even attacking the creep wave. 3-3 is pinging it madly. There we go. There we go.
3-3 the micro king. Can you imagine PPD saying something in the group chat like, guys, we should do this? Like, dude, your golem! Just use it.
A move, anything. I can't imagine 3-3 doing that.
Yep.
Oh, here we go with double catapults top and Saxa on the high ground. They go for tier 3. Chipping away at it with Ace's sniper. I don't know if they can finish this one off. They're going to give it a good old college try, though. The catapults most certainly helped out by Saxa tanking it up. And a split earth miss there. Oh, mate. Off the mark.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Immediately away, NIP take a tier 3. And they go for shrines.
Dire's top
1 minute
shrine
until
is
fast
under
spawn
attack.
on Roshan. The map is awfully dark, quiet, and scary for LGD.
Yeah, LGD they just don't have the chance to shove these waves right now. The Hex on the Leshrac that I was talking about earlier, it's important. This catch might make a difference though. Now they actually have a chance to stop Fata constantly dancing around you. Fata, which for now attacks the Crystal Maiden. They force the freezing field, which is nothing because he just acted the BKB, but they wasted a lot of time. That extra armor was quite useful actually for the Crystal Maiden, as they now, thanks to the Hex, almost kill off the Sand King. Hopefully Saxa, no, Sandstorms evade some of the damage. Dust comes up a bit too late, which means Saxa can get away, and LGD lose another member of their team. But it's harder and harder for NIP to get these kills now. So there's that, you know. The LGD is at least getting tankier.
This
It won't do much, but you know, it's happening.
This Fata Ember Spirit is becoming incredibly difficult to handle, though. They are just unable to kill him. He is 12-0-12 right now. They do not have the lockdown to kill him. You know, a Scythe of Vice here, it helps on the Lesh, but he's got a BKB. It is not easy at all to lock down this Ember Spirit, and he is skirting the fight so beautifully, you know, playing from the trees, playing from the fog, even cutting past his opponents to stop any retreat path that they think they might have, knowing that they're walking back into slights, into chains. The mobility and the reach that Fata brings is pretty disgusting as well. But this is all pre-Aghanim Scepter. You know, we've seen this Aghanim's Ember Spirit do ridiculous things. Fata's not even going for it, which frankly surprises me a little bit. Maybe he feels that, oh wait, hang on a second, there's the sight. Double force though, gets the sniper out of danger. Chalice front lining here for LGD as it yules up. Will send Arme skyward. They also do disengage. LGD with no stuns, no team fight, no catch, and not an amazing way to split push.
Are scanning.
Starting to feel a little bit awkward when they need to be posturing towards objectives and towards high ground. You know that this next Roshan again is going to be vital for LGD to not only contest but to take for themselves.
Okay, stopping Saxa is important if they could just make this into a kill. Again, the problem, no catch. They go in with the Hex though. That's ideal if they could just kill off the sniper, get the ham out of the piggy, but no, they'll decide to go for Saxa because the force stats are too much. Ace gets away again with his life, but this time at least they improve from last engagement, and they do get Saxa in the process. LGD, little by little, climbing that mountain. Let's hope this is the story of the turtle in the hair and not the mythicism.
Man, the force staffs from NIP, honestly, like Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift going on over here. Sniper just all over the place. Like he gets pinged off to the right side, gets pinged down into the river. These force staffs, not only where they are directing him, but the speed at which they're doing it. Keeping that sniper away from the grasp of LGD. Really beautiful, beautiful defensive play from the ninjas.
I think it's the right choice to go for these force staffs. Not only the play, which was good, but in general, you notice that this Warlock with force staff, Darkseer with force staff, not heroes that particularly love these items, but they understand the importance of it on the sniper. 4 out of 5 heroes on NIP have a force staff of sorts. this team fight, by the way. Is I don't know if it's a team fight, because this smoke from low to high ground, it's happened a couple times for LGD. It's a very dangerous position. You're baiting with a bristleback again, but NIP knows the story. They know Chalice is obviously being followed by 4 heroes in the smoke. And now they show their Medusa. So you have to be careful yet again. Perhaps the Roshan instead. They find the Lash. Oh no, Lash out of position. Bata, can they kill him? Amit gets healed back up. And they're hoping to stop the sniper yet again. Ace activates his own BKB, hoping to kill Amit now. But the Golem stopping the Medusa here and attacking Ace. It's Ace just going forward, trying to stop Chalice from killing him, attacking Medusa in the process. Chalice forcing him away, but now it's 3 against Chalice. And nothing can stop the sniper. The mobility is too high. LGD already lost Ame, and they might lose Chalice in the process as well. The Burrow Strike is ready. They vacuum him from behind, and now with the wall of replica, he will go down. Ace, though, also gets forced up the wrong way, and he's gonna die in this engagement himself. As the Medusa loses her life for 100 seconds, the freezing field gets triggered, but they know there's a Burrow Strike coming, and FY just gave his life for absolutely nothing. LGD almost got a good engagement out of that one. They finally killed Ace, but they lost the Medusa in the process. And they bought back on Ame, who's hoping to get a kill. This could be a dieback on this Slash Track. Why are you doing there all alone? Ame is the Bloodstone to heal back a bit of health. Illustrator as well to stop some of the damage, but it's not gonna be enough. The vacuum stopping him. The rest of his team is just a bit too late. LGD, you need to help Ame a bit earlier. There's no catch left on your team. You guys are way too slow, and NIP can just get away scot-free from this skill.
There's no catch. Oh, FY? Nope, nope, nope. There is no catch. Absolutely nothing. Fata, they're out of mana. Saxa, nothing left to give. 3-3 empty tank, but somehow they run away, get a Greaves pop, and Remnant back to safety. NIP could have lost so much more there, but you're right, like a dieback here from Ame's Leshrak. Way too deep without the rest of his team. Eons away from the rest of his squad as they were still fighting mid and figuring out where they were heading. Was it Roshan? Was it bottom lane? Did they push? Did they play towards the enemy base? And now Rosh is open for NIP. As we looked at that fight, Daedalus got grabbed up by the sniper before the fight began, and he forwent buyback for it. He was dead for 90 seconds there without buyback. If LGD had been able to, keep the Medusa alive a little bit longer, not die back on the Lesh, we could have seen a swing in momentum. But as it stands, NIP, they have everything back in their arsenal outside of the Chaotic Offering. They are ready in the Roche pit, and it is down to LGD once more to try and contest this action, but they have no Lesh, so they have no chance.
And with this, the Roshan will fall to NIP. As you mentioned, that Lesh really gave NIP so much room. And now LGD has to do another amazing high ground defense, but this time against an Aegis, this time against a Cheese. How do you plan on accomplishing this, honestly? What's your tools? Ame needs to do a crazy jump of
go
what
in.
He's been doing until now?
Your tools are go in.
Okay. Yeah, that's how you win a team fight. Go in against the sniper. Kill him first.
Yeah, just cast your spells, guys. Just go in. 5 seconds for the Lash to respawn. Ace is just plinking away at that tier 3 tower, little by little. Peep, peep, peep. Medusa, usually pretty good at holding high ground, not so good against a sniper, eh? And they'll shift into that shrine. Easy objectives for NIP. And from this position now, we know how this plays out. You can cut across mid and top lane, play both of the lanes from this plateau area, control with the high ground vision that you can so beautifully place down. And you close the net, you really do herd your opponents like a herd of sheep back into their pen.
That's the plan right now for NIP, but if they find a scraggler, like for example Ame,
oh, they've caught Ame.
Oh,
they've caught him. They've got him. There's
no.
the stun. Ame's down. BKB there with the Sun device to dodge away, but they've got the right-click punches with the Yulsep probably buys a little more time, but 3-3 helps Fata out to get that beyond godlike streak roll and even further. 17-0-13 on your Fata Ember Spirit. Absolutely beautiful stuff coming out of NIP.
This'll come in Dire's bottom
Second
shrine.
time. I mean, Ame has to go for these risky plays. I understand why his... Wow, that search is ridiculous. I understand what his choice is, right? You have to sell the lanes, because otherwise your team is done. You cannot win this high ground defense. Now, what Chalice is doing may have been more questionable. He has to... Oh, no, he has the big hit ETP. It's fine. It's just that LGD can't keep losing the Leshrac like this, though. You can't have your Leshrac dead for half the game. Just see Fata zooming past half the map. Finding FY here. Up top. Another easy kill for him. Searing Chains ready in a second. FY won't be able to survive one more fight with his Searing Chains. And that's 2 dead for 100 seconds. You're fighting with 3 versus 5. Ame's been dead this game longer than he's been alive.
It's a double damage sniper, so you're fighting 3 versus like 7 or something, honestly. Double damage Daedalus, Mjolnir going, and your racks are falling. Falter's even pushed out top lane. So LGD, they're going to have to contend with not only mid lane Barracks push, but top lane as well. Man, the Chen creeps don't stand a chance. They try to cast some spells, but they get demolished. X-Nova's also going the same way as they burrow in with the rock dropped. They've caught the 2 LGD heroes they needed most. Chalice and Maybe forced to BKB on their way back to Fountain, but you are now 2 minutes without your Bristleback. And NIP, they are looking to tie up this series.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
LGD, nothing left to give.
I don't know what LGD can even do here. Even if their 5 heroes are alive, what is your plan on the team fight? But again, they're running against the sniper, it was fine, but now he has an Aegis, so it's not even possible. You can only kill him once, there's no way you can kill him twice. Fata has been absolutely dominant. He finally has that ag in him, so this monster, there's no way you can pull this trick again, Ame. You just need to learn your lesson. Fata is gonna sit this bad boy in his corner to think about what he's done. Ame, you need to TP, buddy. He's fighting Fata for now. There's no help for Fata. Okay, he lost his BKB. No more team potential. Gets the Hex off. Ame playing with fire, but maybe not walking.
Oh my god, he's doing
Fata
it!
almost
No,
dead. The ball gets the kill. No, it's Fata. He gets with a sleight of fist. And that's the GG. The last chance. Ame beating this Ember Spin at 1v1. But even that, they can't win. NIP takes this second game and evens out the series.
1-1. NIP taking game 2 there.